Hey, I'm Alec Benjamin, and I'm here chatting with Milky. It's harder to say how like my artistry has changed, but I feel like personally I've like gone through a lot of growing in my life. So I think inevitably like that changes the way that I look at music and I write songs. But the last time I was here, I feel like I was like at the beginning of realizing that I needed to make like a lot of like just changes in the way that I live my life and the way I was doing things, I guess. So I think it maybe had an impact on my music, but I'm not really sure. I feel like that album was a lot about like longing for something, that I was like looking for something to satisfy me and like to make me feel like I haven't done an interview in a long time. I don't really know what I'm saying. I feel like I was looking for something to kind of like fill a space inside of me that felt empty. That's what I wrote a lot of those songs about. And I didn't really find it, but I think having made the record and now like reflecting on it, I think it was an important part of the process of getting to where I'm at now, and I feel like I'm in a better place, so that's good. I don't know, I'm not really sure. I mean, I worked really hard on it. Sometimes I feel like maybe there's some things I could have done differently. Sometimes I feel like, I don't really know. I'm not sure. It hasn't been enough time. I'll tell you, it's been 7 months. Did you say since I put it out? I can't remember. So I'll know in like 7 years. I'm not really sure yet. But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely, I think it's really cool. You should go check it out on all streaming platforms. Yeah. It's 12 Notes by me. Go check it out. Do they do like a thing where it like pops up right here? Yeah. I was gonna say it's definitely one of the albums of all time. Yeah. Yo, you know what? Honestly, okay, I'm remembering it now. I had just gone into Australia. That tour would have been a tour that I would have done like a year and a half or 2 years earlier, but the pandemic happened. And when I landed here, I was like really going through a lot, coming out like post-pandemic stuff. And then I feel like I wasn't really like taking care of my body. I was like not really, I was like not on the road. It's really tough. I feel like it's hard to be regimented, and I kind of was just like use that as an excuse to just like do whatever I wanted. And it was a great tour and I had an amazing time and I wouldn't change it. But I don't even remember what the question was, but I was going somewhere really good with this. I promise. I can't remember. It was going to be really good. I had like a good uplifting point to make, but I can't remember what it was. But I feel like I'm in a much better place now. Not to say that I didn't have a great time last time I was here. This is also my first time in New Zealand. That was cool. We were in New Zealand 4 days ago, and now we were in Brisbane 2 days ago, and now we're in Sydney, and then we go to Melbourne tomorrow, and I've had an awesome time. Also, the weather has been fantastic, so I love it down here. We got to go feed kangaroos and got to pet a koala. You can't hold them anymore, which is I feel like is fair to them. It's fair to them. I've held them twice before, which I realize now, like looking back, was like probably, I don't know, they say that it stresses them out. I didn't know that they were stressed, so it's probably better that we don't hold them. But they have, yeah, apparently that's true. Yeah. But I don't think you can like catch it that way. Yeah. Yeah. You can? You can get chlamydia from holding a koala? Really? Have you ever held a koala?
No, I haven't.
It's worth it.
It is?
Yeah. I didn't get chlamydia, but it's it's worth it. It was really cute. It's kind of like when I was little, do you ever see the movie Blackfish about SeaWorld? Yeah, so I was like 7, but I went to SeaWorld camp. I was actually on the brochure feeding a dolphin. And then as I got older, I realized how inappropriate that was. So same thing about holding the koala, but people need to know the truth. The 5 ultimate ones, well, I have to play Let Me Down Slowly, and I love playing it. I think it's cool. It's a really cool one. It's fun to play. And then I have to play Water Fountain. I like to play I Send My Therapist to Therapy. That's a new song. I like to play a new song called Different Kind of Beautiful. That's fun. And then I always play If We Have Each Other. So I'd say those are the 5. I mean, the crowds down here are really, this is my, what's my standout moment? I have no idea. Damn, that's a good question. I mean, the Brisbane crowd was really awesome, and New Zealand was special because it's the first time I've been there. But the venue in Brisbane was really cool. Yeah. To me, like, live shows are the most important parts. Why I got into music. I was like singing before I ever wrote a song, so I love getting to connect with people and be on stage and kind of like eliminate the barrier between me and my audience. I think it's like my favorite part of the entire thing. I love Eminem. I love John Mayer. I like Jason Mraz. I love Billy Joel, Paul Simon, Leonard Cohen. I love System of a Down. I like a lot of different music. Yeah. Surfing USA by the Beach Boys. I mean, I love Toy Story. Any Pixar film would be great. I'm like, don't mess this up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm cool with either. Yeah. Probably Coldplay or a John Mayer show. A Sydney Opera House. The first thing I can think of is probably be like, I went to when I was like 19, I had moved to California, and my parents came in, and I was doing like a little showcase at this venue called Room 5 in LA, and my grandma was there when she was still alive, and that stands out to me as like the most memorable show that I've played. I'm pretty flattered when anyone covers my song, so it could be anybody, doesn't matter who it is. I think Frank Ocean's been like pretty transformative, at least like in the pop space. And I think Lana Del Rey is like a pretty big one too. But these are like, I don't know, the most transformative in the music industry, probably like the Beatles. But for my generation, those are like the first 2 artists that come to mind. Don't focus so much on like what everyone else is doing. Try to just focus on myself. Okay, I'm trying to think of something else, but the only thing that's coming into my head is Crazy Frog, which I probably wouldn't want to listen to. So you should, if the world's gonna end, it might. You never know. You should stream 12 Notes by me. That's the only way to save the planet.